Why is that? Do you want to break that down a little bit? Yeah.
No, I don't.
How were you in the bathroom?
I don't want to look. What?
How are you in the bathroom with people around?
Were you looking up that
I am
video with the cucumber?
very bad in the bathroom with people around me. I cannot pee. If I don't know you, it's easier.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's really strange to me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's
because you and I know each other, so I shouldn't go stand next to you when we pee.
Are we still talking about
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to like
comedy. I get it, but like I don't think.
No, I have deep problems.
Okay. All right.
Shit.
I don't know. I get piss fright. It's a thing. I'm not the only person.
I think there is. I don't think that's the right term for it, but yeah, there is something.
That didn't feel good.
It's not. Yeah, no, that's not it.
I didn't make it up.
I got my exercise circle.
You're literally sitting down.
I know. I don't know how that happened.
How did nice?
I think I just forgot to shut.
I
it
did
off.
too, except mine was just my knee telling me to stop. That's all that was.
Do you guys use anything like these watches?
Yeah, no, all the time.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's an Apple Watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I always
That's
track
an
my
Apple
workouts.
Watch?
Yeah.
I didn't. It
It's
looks
the
different.
it's the Ultra.
The expensive one.
That's okay. I didn't want to say that.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jonathan sitting his non-bathed body on your suede
I don't
couch
love it
right now?
I don't love it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry
Yeah.
Sorry that I had a bad day.
You didn't have
Okay.
a bad day. No, it wasn't a
not-
bad day. You had a fine day. In fact, a lot of shit went your way.
Yeah, you didn't have to take care of your daughter. That's like the number one. That's
your
like
biggest issue.
That's a snow day for parents.
Yeah.
No,
You
that's
woke
not
up
true
and didn't
because
have to-
I drove to go pick her up and she wasn't there. And I had plans to go pick her up and then no.
Yeah,
this
that's
is-
like canceling plans, which is we all know is the best thing.
So you
Yeah.
think there's
First off, I'm writing down snow day for parents.
I have
That's a
to-
good line.
I have to
I'm doing something with that.
driving her once I've picked her up is incredibly easy. It's going to get her is the annoying part, and I did that.
all right.
But you didn't get her.
No, that's what I'm saying. Actually getting her is the easy part because I'm already there.
Okay.
Also, I didn't. Yeah, my day was fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, it was a fine day. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, buddy.
It was great.
all
Limping.
right.
It was great limping home in 30-degree weather, freezing my ass off.
I don't want to brag, guys, but I also put in 1.5 miles today. So just,
nice.
just saying.
I just had a meager 5K.
Oh. I'm still proud of my 1.5.
You should be. Yeah, don't let him do that. He's doing the English thing all over again, but now with like mileage.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. Well,
you're not
that's
better
okay.
than me, Jonathan. You're not better
but
than me.
Soon, dude. Soon I'm gonna be like, I walked 0.25 miles, and it was a good day. That's
Yeah.
the fucking direction I'm heading in.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Kind of falling apart, buddy.
I am fucking falling apart.
Yeah.
It's happening.
You should get that sorted out.
Yeah.
Kind of bringing us down.
I should probably do more than the already a lot of shit I'm doing to try and fix it, for sure. Move on!
Being an adult, it's hard.
It is hard. It is very hard, man. Well, zoning out podcast, everybody.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
My name is Jordan Century. I'm here with the crippled Jonathan Williams.
It's real.
and
It hurts a lot.
The
Poor guy.
1.5 miler himself, Jason Allen King. Everybody,
Sup?
we are here. We are here. You know who's not here. But anyway, before that, thank all of the listeners for being here.
Yeah,
'Cause
thanks,
that's the most
everybody.
important thing. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here listening with us.
We're trending up, which is fun.
We are trending up.
It's fun to follow those
Squabbling
numbers.
up, trending up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really cool. I think YouTube has something to do with that. So what's up, everybody?
Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of places you can listen to podcasts. That's what makes them great. You can listen to them while you're walking, Jonathan. When you're, you know, driving.
It'll get you past the pain.
It'll get you past the pain.
It will not.
One place you probably shouldn't listen to them, though, is in the courtroom. So Drake will probably not hear this podcast because he is currently suing UMG. He has opened a defamation lawsuit, Jonathan, over the promotion of Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us."
Guy's falling apart, man.
Yeah.
He's suing over promotion of
the song because the song accuses Drake of being a PDF file.
Yeah.
which Drake asserts is both false.
He's a Doc X, is what he says.
And his damage into his reputation. That's a good one. I like
Wait,
that.
so he's not suing the artist, he's suing the company.
Yes.
Interesting.
What's funny is that the song...
Because that's who owns it? I mean, is that what we're talking about? That's weird.
Okay. There's a couple of like theories about that.
I don't know. I don't know all the legal ins and outs.
They're both signed to UMG.
Yeah, that's what's funny.
Yeah. And so the running...
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is literally
It's his
biting
own
the hand
label.
that feeds him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
So the running theory is Drake is a very powerful artist. Like so much so that if he were to go independent, he could kind of really shake up the recording industry.
Really?
Because he would really show other people like, hey, you really don't need a label to do this. You could do this by yourself. And someone of Drake's stature probably could do
And he
that.
was still the #1 streamed artist.
And he still
of the year.
was still
Really?
the #1 streamed artist.
He's massive.
But he chose to sign a deal. And I think the theory is he has learned a lot more about, I guess the music side, the business side of the music.
Right.
And realizes that he's, even with as massive as he's being compensated from the deal, he still would have been better off being independent. And so the theory is he's trying to get out of his deal, and he's kind of like using this as a way to like get out of the deal.
Okay.
So he wants to look as bad as possible getting out of his
But
deal.
that's the other part.
I don't buy that at all. I don't buy that.
No, hey.
Yeah.
Well, do you think this has any? I mean, is this just him trying to clear his name? I mean, is it? Can you boil
I
it
think
down
it's
to
more
that?
that. I think it's more. It's a pride thing.
So
than
so
it is
it's
a
that's like the
practical
A
thing.
story. B story is also he's trying to get out of contract. That kind of thing. Is that what
Maybe.
you think? Maybe.
Yeah, it could be, but that's also hard to say because it wasn't long ago he just signed a petition to not allow rap lyrics in court. Yeah, because of another artist, Young Thug, who just like got on probation not too long ago. They were using his rap lyrics in court for his case, and so a few artists, Drake, like Megan Thee Stallion, a few people signed that petition. So this goes against
Counter
so much.
what he said. Yeah.
This goes against so much. This is very, you know what? And I hate to do this. I hate to do this.
Do it.
Last time we brought up Jermaine Cole,
Yeah.
I said I didn't owe him an apology. I do now.
Yeah.
Because the way Drake has like acted since this whole thing has ended, you might as well like Cole to handle it best. Honestly, looking at how everything is played out now, like I'm sorry.
I still think not doing anything to begin with was his real move.
Yeah, no, that's what should have happened. But I mean,
Do you mean the apology?
Yeah, he should have never did the apology.
Not even done the track.
Or not even done the track. Yeah, you could have just ignored it and everything been fine. But since we're here now, with everything Drake has done, I will shift the order. I'll put J. Cole back in #2.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't know. You were. I'm gonna push back a little bit. You were enthusiastic about that being a problem.
I was, but you can't.
Context is everything.
Because here's the thing. It is. My main argument was because I felt like what J. Cole did was very like anti-hip hop.
Yeah.
And the whole point I was making with like rap battles being an integral part of the genre, the culture. It's like going back to the early days. You have one MC and a DJ on this side, another MC and a DJ on that side, and we're both saying we're the best MCs and we got the best DJ. Well, something has to be solved.
Right.
Like, so, and that's kind of like early, like rap battles are just such an early core piece of hip hop.
Yeah.
And so J. Cole making a diss track and apologizing, I felt like that was very, that goes against it. Now,
so odd.
making a diss track
Even
and
from an
don't think it's
outsider,
great,
that seems
but-
odd.
yeah, it is odd.
Yeah.
But now losing a rap battle and suing the person you
Oh
are.
yeah, no. Drake's is definitely worse than
This
J.
is
Cole.
like, it's gone way beyond.
He's telling the teacher. He's telling on him.
Yeah.
My one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is he's like it's like because it's defamation, right?
Yes, that is the defamation
So
also.
in the song preceding. In Drake's entry before that, he accuses Kendrick of beating his fiance.
Yes. There's that.
and says his son isn't his and all this stuff, and it's like, dude, and what about that? Like, are you going to apologize for that? Where's your defamation lawsuit? Like,
Yeah, like it is so weird. I don't know what he's thinking. My honest concern, though, one, let's just say even if you're not into law, I think it's almost general knowledge at this point that defamation lawsuits are very hard to win.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like next to impossible to win.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything.
They are because it's just such a very hard thing to prove.
It's interpretation of language and things. Is that part of it?
It's something like you have to prove that they actually had the intent of like causing damage to you, like of a certain thing.
That's going to be tough to prove.
Yeah, especially for like a rap battle when the whole point is to like,
and it's fair game, and it's kind of fair game to kind of make shit up too.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I would say so.
Can you imagine if every artist who ever has any writing at all in there could get sued for what they wrote? Like that's insane. Crazy.
But that and that's my concern because I feel like if Drake were to somehow win, what precedent does that set for entertainers in general?
Yeah.
How many comedians have said something about a political figure that Netflix put money behind to promote the special? Like how far could this possibly
How about
go?
Screenwriting? Every story you write that's fictional that shows an actual like a person or the likeness of something. Yeah, that's actually big. This could be bigger than. I know we're kind of making fun of it a little bit, but yeah.
And that's the thing. And don't get me wrong. I know it looks funny, but I'm not a lawyer. I just worry there may be some real consequences. To like performing artists that's kind of getting overshadowed by Drake looking soft. And I'm all for calling Drake soft now because this is embarrassing.
Didn't you say that there was like a threat of a lawsuit and now it's an actual?
Yeah. So initially Drake opened up like some type of like discovery.
There were two of them. One was I think. One was the defamation. One was that the numbers were artificially inflated.
Yeah,
that the streaming numbers.
Yeah. I remember you saying that. Actually. I remember,
which is just so, it's like, dude, it's the biggest song on the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
And so I think like the discovery part was them like trying to like look into it, not necessarily open the lawsuit, maybe try to sell it out of court. Like I don't necessarily know, but no, this then became a full blown lawsuit. Now
I didn't know. I didn't know the difference, or I didn't realize that. Yeah,
because there's not enough shit going on in the world right now.
Right. Yeah.
Suing over rap lyrics feels wild.
It is. It's very wild.
Feels wild.
But yeah, this is bad. I just feel like he cannot win this. He cannot. Like he can't as in like it's not possible. He can't as in like it's going to be bad for a lot of people if he does. And I just feel
I hadn't thought of that.
Think about it. If he does, like, I just keep remembering Eminem coming, doing there an Elton John thing, all these other people that he used to just burn people all the time.
Yeah,
is Tyler, everyone now can come back?
Early Tyler the Creator would be in huge trouble.
I was about to say yes.
That's
those are great points. Very great points.
All right. Well, that's.
He said, "What does he say in Yonkers?" Stab Bruno Mars in his goddamn esophagus and don't stop till the cops come in. That's
pretty violent.
It's pretty intense.
I'll say that's hilarious, Jonathan.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Hey, that's Tyler. I'm quoting.
No, it was funny how you just chuckled through it. There's like, I'm starting to see it
because it's hilarious.
We're having like a 2-3 episode arc of you.
I'm kind of with him on that. That's kind of funny.
That's funny, man.
He really hates Bruno Mars. What did Bruno Mars ever do to him?
I don't think anything.
Just be short and talented. Is that?
I don't know.
That was it.
There may actually be a story to it. I don't know.
I think we all have people we hate that like. There's nothing really.
We also said he also said
like Alex
fuck you
Trebek
to Haley Williams from Paramore in that same song.
He said
like,
that.
Yes. Yeah. And his little like voice, his little like wolf.
Why would she be?
Is like, what you think of Haley Williams? Fuck her. That's literally the lyric.
Now that's funny.
Early Tyler was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Why do you not like Alex Trebek?
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to say anything, but he's passed away. I mean,
What?
I don't mean to like.
Let's go back in time.
We're back in time.
What would you have said?
Was the most arrogant guy on any show ever. I hated him. Oh
but
my
I had
God.
fun with it.
Oh, he was the worst. It became funny later. I looked at it from a much more comedic place. And I was like, "Oh, this guy's just
I never minded it.
Everybody.
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh God, he was.
And
such
he would always
a
like pronounce
asshole.
things perfectly and everything. Oh, it was awesome.
Oh, I see why you like him.
The whole time I was just like, "You're Canadian."
Why does that matter?
You can't be pompous and Canadian.
Oh,
Drake.
yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Drake? That's right. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, this all
fair point.
comes full circle.
circle.
No, I mean, Canadians are supposed to be super polite and nice and cool. He was just a dick to
Why
smart
don't you
people.
fulfill your stereotype, you
gonna say.
asshole?
Spent too much time in L.A. Or
Kinda, a little bit, right? Yeah. Just anyway, he was fine. I was sad that he got all dead.
No.
I don't know how to finish that.
I thought you just keep that going. Honestly, I hate Flow Rider. I don't think that would
got
dissipate
all
if he died.
Okay. His name is Florida.
I hate his name. I
So
hate
dumb.
his music. Like every song,
The way
I
that he
hate every
walks, the way
single
that he
song,
talks, the
everything.
way that he dresses.
I hate, he looks goofy to me. Like why
Yeah.
his receding hairline's been pissing me off. Like I think he's bald now. But
I
like,
wouldn't know Flo Rida if he shook my hand. I have no idea what he looks like.
You know, here
I don't think I can name a
one.
song.
I got one. It's not. It's an actor. Someone that I actually like their movies. I enjoy their movies for whatever. I think Mark Wahlberg is an absolute just douchebag.
I've read stories that
I'm
would
more or
back
less.
that up.
I'm more or less with you on
Yeah,
yeah.
that he seems like the worst, man.
Yeah, he's
but
like-
I genuinely
He's
like his movies.
Like a pretty decent actor, I guess. Not like an incredible actor, but
It's,
like
it's kind of like
he's
his
a
movies
competent
are good.
actor.
He's competent. Yeah. He's
And-
done great work. Dirk
Yeah, I like
Diggler
him.
and
Yeah.
his role as Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights was
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. So I just think as a person, like he's still this quote he has where he said 9/11 if he was
wouldn't have happened.
if he
or
was on
whatever.
one of the planes, he said it would never. I was like,
Shut up, dude.
douchebag.
Shut
Come,
up.
sorry, get out.
No, you know what's funny? I like quotes like that.
You like it?
Why?
Yeah, because it just you know what? I think we could all stand to be a little more confident. That's what I really appreciate when someone just goes above and beyond.
I don't know, man.
Nah, dude,
That's too
I'm telling
much.
you, one of
It's a
my
little
favorite
different.
lines from Kanye.
I hear what you're saying, but
I remember one time Kanye, it was like an early interview. He said if they rewrote the Bible, he'd be in it. I was like, yes,
that's awesome.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
Because
different.
it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous,
That's why
and,
that's
and,
great.
and it's Kanye, and Kanye. It's kind of, we talked about this before in a totally different context, that Kanye has spent years scaffolding this just he's built in excuse for himself.
You writing a poem over
where
there?
he's just like he's a madman.
Yeah.
He's a madman, and so he can kind of
You gotta-
say whatever he wants, and we don't take it too seriously.
That is true.
That is, yeah.
That is
Actually.
true.
As much as I was trying
You
to mess
know-
with you right there.
You know who I just for no, it's not
Oh, yeah,
fair,
who you got?
but
Yeah.
who I really, really, really dislike, Elijah Wood. I don't have like
Frodo Baggins.
I can't really defend it. He just bothers me.
That's fair.
He's just
Okay.
like
I actually like him, but I get
I
it.
like
That's
him
fine.
as, to me, he is Frodo Baggins.
Yeah.
Like if he just be that.
Frodo was a little bitch. You're not wrong.
That's what
about
I'm
that.
saying. Elijah
Yeah.
Wood's a little bitch, man.
Yeah.
He was in that movie Green Street Hooligans. Did y'all ever see that?
How many times could he cry in Lord of the Rings? Like,
My
come
God,
on, man.
Sam.
Sam, when are you guys gonna make out?
Sam. They needed to kiss.
They did.
Why
They
didn't they
absolutely
kiss?
love each other, and that's fine. But just
He just
do it
Elijah Wood
already.
just bothers me.
Yeah. No,
It's not.
fine.
It's not
It's
really
good.
fair. It's just.
Yes, it's completely unfounded.
It's just a thing.
Going back to the confident like thing or whatever, this is something that I still am kind of coming to terms with a little bit. For me, like this is just kind of a family thing, a degree of like, if you were cocky, if you were like overconfident, that was like one of the for our family. That's like one of the like not the worst things, but it would be bad. The motto was like act like you've been there. Like don't show off, don't be showy. That's
about-
kind of how I was raised.
Okay.
So I get hung up on when I see people who are super cocky. I also admire some people who are super cocky. I think for the same reason, like I couldn't be like that, but that's awesome. Does that make sense?
Is there
Yeah.
within your sort of family's aversion to that? Is there like any room for like where it's sort of a bit? You know what I mean? Like I'll give you an example. So my brother plays soccer, and he's really good, and he's like, I think he's a fairly humble guy, but like he'll like on the field, he'll like taunt people,
Yeah.
and he'll like he like shows, he'll make himself big, and he'll kind of like
He's kind of big also.
he is kind of big, but like but he's kind of a dick on the field with a sort of awareness of like, I'm being a dick right now. You know what I mean? Does that like...
It sounds like there's strategy to it.
I was about to say, I feel like
a lot of it is strategy.
Yeah.
But he's also having fun with it too. It's not like he's not enjoying himself doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, I don't know. For us, I look at like my one brother was drafted. I bring it up all the time. I was just really proud of it. He was drafted. Maybe hanging out with him. Maybe he was arrogant. You just wouldn't
to the
Pirates. Yes.
Yeah.
He was
so
drafted out of high school.
Could mean a lot of things.
Yeah. He was drafted.
I thought your brother, or he was just super old.
God damn
it sounded like military. I heard.
He was drafted by the Pirates out of high school. He was a catcher. He was so exceptionally good.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. But it was like for us was you just weren't cocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's cockier now. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I always get hung up. But then I love football, and anytime I see someone doing like a dance in the end zone, I'm like, that's awesome. That's like I love that.
So a dance.
So I'm not
that's
sure.
actually a great example. So dance in the end zone, would that have been? Would the King household
would have been unacceptable?
Not liked that. Okay.
No one would have necessarily. It wasn't like a written rule, but it was like
it just would have been like, look at this fucking
act
guy.
like you've been there a lot. Was something that was thrown around a little bit.
See, now I am kind of with that in the sense of like I don't really like the end zone dances.
Really?
I
think because to me it's like
too.
until you've won the game, there's nothing to celebrate yet.
Yes, you're correct. I agree with. Like if you're down by 2 touchdowns, you're down by 10.
Yeah, I mean that's
fuck back
different.
in the
But that's also different from what you were saying though.
I especially am irritated when that happens. But even when it's like
you're especially like that's bullshit.
Because that's really stupid. It's like
It's
you're
so
probably still going to lose. Like why are you
Yeah.
celebrating anything right now? But even if it's like the first touchdown in the game, it's like what are y'all doing? It's like there's so much time.
I think it's
clock.
great. I get you, but I think it's a lot of fun.
I think it's a lot of fun, but also I do think that I don't know if this is like getting older and watching it more. It doesn't happen that often. I know it happens in every game, every year or whatever, but when you look at the guys who are have the most touchdowns, who have the yards or whatever, it's still kind of amazing that it happened. Does that make sense? Like,
it does, yeah.
But I'm with you, but also it's just a little. It's just like, man, it's kind of badass.
How about this? How about seeing it as an actual like? I'm not saying that this is always the thought process, but seeing it from a strategic point of view, where like doing that gets everyone pumped up. Like it gets the crowd going. It maybe gets everyone on the sidelines going. So it could actually like bring more energy to the team.
I would say it's probably more internal.
Like you're smirking at me, and that's fine. But
so
like
smirking
he smirked the hell out of
it. Because I don't know. Look, I never played football, so I don't know. I was just more of a basketball person, so maybe I'm wrong there. Yeah,
well,
maybe
this applies
to
basketball as well.
No.
Why not?
No, it's completely different. Because I will say, to Jason's point, you get points in basketball way easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way easier. So, and I think that's what's also like kind of shaped my mindset. It's like if someone celebrate after making every shot, dude, we would never finish the game.
I'm not talking about like a full on celebration in basketball. I'm just talking about, the little, like just the little things people do when they dunk on somebody. Or,
well, so that's the thing. It's the difference when you dunk on somebody versus just scoring.
Okay. I think we actually just shifted the conversation to something else.
I have no idea.
But something like that. Okay, let's say when you dunk on somebody, what about then? Are you down with like a show, like showing out a little bit? Or
that's kind of a different story.
Okay, well then how's that different from a touchdown celebration?
Because you have to score.
What?
You have to score. Like, that's part of the game. Like dunking is like you could have just had a layup. You could have just made a shot.
Okay,
you dunked on somebody.
It goes back to that's 2 good points. It goes back to it's like that's your job. That's one of the arguments about people getting all amped up. Every first down, they're pointing, they dropping the ball. It's like that's your job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's enough to go. Right. Thank you. Yeah. If you get amped off a first down,
guys.
Come on.
It's games. It is their job. I get that, and there's money involved. I get
You heard all the arguments coming
I
ahead.
heard everything
they were
that's
coming.
about to come. I get it. I get
awesome.
it. But at the end of the day, they're playing a game. Have fun.
Nah, you can't have both of those though.
Sure you can.
Nah, I'm pulling
Sure
back.
you can.
I'm immediately pulling back. You're right.
Yeah, have fun.
It is
Who
fun.
Who cares?
It's dangerous. These guys are putting their lives on the line. Let them point
I think
and have a good time.
anytime we're taking what happens on the field that doesn't have to do with injuries. Anytime we're taking anything that seriously, fucking chill.
Yeah, go at it.
It's a game.
No, okay.
I think I'm with Jonathan. Yeah, it is.
They're wearing costume. Like, come on. Like,
Costumes. you were.
I know it's uniform. I know it's uniforms. But I'm just drawing. It's pageantry. There's cheerleaders. They're playing music.
Yeah.
They're selling popcorn. Like, come on, dude. It's a game.
Yeah.
Have fun.
It's entertainment for sure. Yeah.
Have fun.
I do think, though, I think one of the reasons why they pull back, there's two reasons why I think the NFL and other leagues probably also pull back from this for two reasons. One is, and this is a bigger conversation, is these are role models.
Oh,
I got some real feelings about that. And also, these are adult men. So you start taunting people. There's a reason why taunting flags, because there would be fights.
That's what
every
I was just thinking.
Okay.
If you like flex on me after getting first down, the next down I'm going to try to take your head off.
I also think there's a
Absolutely.
difference between taunting and celebrating. The effect could be the same depending on how much of a hothead the other hothead. I'm 100 years old, but like depending on like how sensitive whatever the other team is. But like, come on, celebrating is different from. Although I'm saying
there is
even
NFL
taunting,
rules for both of these things. So even taunting, you're okay with?
I'm not going to make a statement about that just yet. But okay, I'll pull back and just stick with celebrating. Like. Come on!
I've punched somebody on a field once,
and
I'm just saying, I've done it. It's happened.
And I mean, I guess also, yeah, of course you're gonna go at it. It's a violent game, like so.
Well, yeah, during the play, after the play for taunting.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it should be cool for them to get in like huge fights and beat the shit out of each other.
Sometimes it is.
I don't think
hockey, baseball.
That's true.
I'm
Baseball,
sorry, you can't tell me baseball. Like there are some unwritten rules
All right,
about
that's fair.
Yeah.
who you hit. But if you're a pitcher, you hit somebody. Next time that guy's up to bat, chin music,
Okay,
man.
fair
You're
enough.
getting rushed back or you're getting beamed. It's like that kind of stuff.
And I don't want to take. I don't want to take fighting out of hockey
or baseball.
Okay, all right.
I love how it's always the announcers have to. They got to play the game.
Go,
of this is just not good for the game. It's like it's great for the game.
For the game.
You're saying this because you want Coke as a sponsor. Get out of here! Like it's the best. Who doesn't love a bench clearing? Like I don't want anyone really hurt, but I'd love to see.
All right, so Jason is fully on my side.
I am.
I don't know if this contradicts
weird, but I
anything
am.
I've said. I love a good fight.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
I love a good fight.
This is so what's the word? Hypocritical. Like,
Well, but here's the thing.
No, I don't. That's not hypocritical. I agree. You can also not want people to be.
You're down with a fight, but not doing the funky chicken. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
You are 100 today.
I know
that
that
was
was.
very
I'm
old.
not doing good.
That was very old. Wow. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Gritty.
Listen, man. You
Justin
gotta understand.
Jefferson.
I came up in the world star hip hop era.
Okay.
Right? I love fights in general. like it doesn't have to be sports related. I would love to see a fight at Lowe's, at Walmart.
Love.
I gotta be honest, I'm not. I'm right there
Pilot.
with you.
Yeah, Pilot.
As long as I'm watching for over here, like y'all have at
I
it.
love watching the
Yeah,
fights.
I'm kind of with you too, man. I
Mixed feelings over here.
I haven't seen one in a minute.
So you have a
actually.
problem with a touchdown celebration, but not a situation where someone could very easily have life-altering injuries or death.
Oh, dude, that's sports.
No, I'm talking about at Love's.
or at Lowe's or whatever. Yeah, I mean
That could ruin your life,
But
man.
that's what I'm saying. Even if we're watching a sanctioned fight, that could still happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah.
that, and that happens. That could happen in any sport.
Yeah.
That could happen on a regular run where you're not even really trying.
come
to.
on, man.
I'm just saying. But no, I'm dead serious. I'm not even trying to be fun. I'm dead serious. Like, yeah,
It
you
can,
get hurt.
but I'm not punching myself in the face on purpose.
No,
Like,
you're not. But if two adults decide to engage in a fight, we're not stupid. You know what can happen in a fight.
Sure.
you think most people who get in in a fight in a Walmart parking lot are thinking that through?
You picked the wrong place. They definitely are not thinking it through, and they're trying to kill each other.
I know. So
Yeah,
that's my point.
Yeah.
I'm making my point.
let them go. have at it, guys.
Yeah.
Or ladies, whoever.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm trying to stop it. No. Yeah. I'm just like.
There's something. It is.
I just think it's funny that you don't like a touchdown dance.
I don't.
And you do like that.
I do. I love fights.
It is. They're two different things, but it is funny
I'm not
that you
saying
do
it's exactly
like
1-to-1, but like, come on.
Awesome.
Can you at least acknowledge that's a little weird?
No.
No, I don't think it's weird at all. Because
weird.
Here's the thing. All right, I would put it to you like this. I'm not saying violence is the answer. What I am saying is, if a fight is occurring,
You're saying it's one of the multiple choice.
there is some type of conflict resolution going on.
Okay.
If they are getting in the fight, they're trying to resolve some issue.
Yep.
There is no reason for you to be celebrating the first down.
I believe in fighting in schools.
Yes.
I totally believe in fighting in schools.
I don't remember
Sorry.
any day from middle school except for one day. And this one day we had 9 fights in one day. Amazing.
That's wild.
Actually,
Amazing.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot
What
of
was
fights,
happening?
dude.
What the hell
Dude,
happened?
I
in your
have no
school?
idea what sparked like that many, but like we went on a roll. It was crazy. I think I saw like 3 in person.
Every once in a while, a fight will remind dudes, women, whoever, if you run your mouth.
And that's what
You're
I'm
gonna
I'm
have
not
to-
necessarily disagreeing
Yeah.
with this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just talking to you guys.
To me, it's just the contrast of having the problem with one thing and not the other.
Yeah. Those are, I think they're different, though.
I'm not saying they're not different at all. I'm just saying that that's
Because
an
you know what?
interesting
'Cause
mindset.
I'll tell you why it actually makes sense. Because I feel like if you taunt, Jason brought this up, if you taunt too much, that can escalate and lead to other things. And my perspective is, well, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should play the game.
But still, so if you don't have a problem with the fight, then why do you have a problem with the thing that could start
Do you know
the
that,
fight?
that the touchdown dances have only been allowed for a couple years now?
I know. And
They've
I
been
think,
outlawed.
And I think
Yeah.
when they were outlawed, I think that was so dumb. So dumb. I thought that was the stupidest thing ever.
No, don't get me wrong. Now, I agree with you on that. I feel like people have the right to celebrate. I just think it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of it looks
like
stupid. Some of them are dumb, yeah. Barry
think-
Sanders,
I-
man.
I
Heath
definitely
Miller.
think-
These guys toss the ball back to the ref and go back to your side.
Well, that's fine. That's
great.
it's a different version of, that's a different like kind of dignity. I get that. Like that's
Sure.
cool too.
Yeah.
I'm also down with people who their taunt is to be chill. I get that. Like
Wait,
that's great.
no, that's literally not a taunt, though.
Well, not taunt, but it's their. I mean,
My point is them doing that is that lack of celebration is like just them acting like you've been there before.
well, I know that's,
but it's not. Don't call it a taunt, though. It's not a taunt.
Well, sure, but what I mean is like they're rising above it or whatever, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that in and of itself is kind of like all right, you have your fun with your celebration. I'm kind of
That's fine.
That's
Get in
kind of
the
not the
weeds,
point
but
I'm
go
actually
ahead,
making.
go ahead.
Yeah, that's
I
kind of
follow.
not actually
Yeah,
what I'm. I get that. That's another form of how to be, and
There you go.
don't have a problem with that. I just think like just whatever you want to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody. And I think you also my problem with when you're
I'm a little bit like, are you not though? Like, there's a reason why they were taking it out, because I think they did think that was
Okay.
negative for the game or negative for the teams.
I
That's
don't
what
think
mean.
that's why they took it out. I think they took it out to appease. This is a little not conspiracy theory, but a little bit like just calling out some things that I think are weird specifically about the NFL. I think they were appeasing
we go.
a more conservative part of their fan base who didn't look what they're doing. I think there was a racial component to it.
There
I
it
really
is.
do.
I was waiting for it.
I
really
have
do.
heard that, though.
I think you're right.
I think so.
I have heard
That,
actually
that
think
was
you're
always
right.
my thought.
Yeah.
Is that it's just like people like I don't like it. I don't like.
I think
have some dignity. Like
I think you're exactly right.
I think that was
you're
kind of the
100%
main
right.
point.
And I have no notes, as you would say. I think you're 100% correct.
That's was why I was like this is bullshit.
And I think that's partially why I'm like kind of okay with it, because like it's just get out of the way. every year they're adding more rules.
Yeah.
There's all these people who are like decorum. I love when people talk about decorum and the integrity of the game. It's like, what integrity of what game are you guys talking about? It frustrates. We're talking about baseball. Guys like Pete, I'll go on a fucking whole rant right now, but Pete Rose not being in the Hall of Fame, shit like that. Decorum, fuck you, baseball. There is no integrity to that game whatsoever.
Right.
Zero.
Right.
Anyone who thinks that the cheating, especially now, they got gambling everywhere. You're gonna have gambling everywhere. You're gonna have guys like Barry Bonds who never tested positive for steroids, not in the Hall of Fame. The guy's arguably the best player that's ever played.
Yeah.
You again, Pete Rose, like betting, Shohei Ohtani betting on games. I don't know how many millions or whatever. I don't know the whole story behind it. Whatever. It's like, oh, that guy's good for the game right now, so he's allowed to do whatever he wants. They gave him a slap on the hand or whatever.
Yeah.
Slap on the wrist or whatever the hell that saying is. But it's like he's good for the game right now because people are watching that guy because he is groundbreaking in what he's doing.
Yeah.
Couple years and that guy isn't playing as well. He gets a little bit older. We'll see if this shit comes back and suddenly he's going to be held to some integrity that Major League Baseball
I totally
has.
Buy that.
Fucking bullshit.
Because that's our country. That's how everything has worked forever.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I remember there was a Nike ad a while, like years ago, 10 plus years ago at this point. Tiger Woods had went through his whole thing or whatever, and then he made it back to like #1 ranked golfer in the world or whatever, and Nike put out this ad that said winning solves everything.
Oof.
But it's right. It was controversial, but they are 100%
Holy
right.
shit.
But
that
also,
mirror to the...
But also, woof.
No, I agree, but they said
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But I am saying
pretty bold
bad
ad.
call.
Yeah.
I just think it's bold. I think don't you think?
I don't think I don't think they were trying to be brave. I think they were trying to make money.
I think
I
both
don't know.
can kind of be true.
I kind of think
So. You think it was supposed to be social commentary?
I
don't know how you
knew
couldn't.
what they were getting at. Yeah.
How could you not tie those things together?
Well, no. What I'm saying is like.
I mean,
let me try.
I think they said that
try and think the point
with
of
the
it.
Nike swoop right there.
Well, but that's. But
I bet I'm sure it was right.
Were
there.
they making a criticism?
I don't.
That's what I'm saying, because that sounds like a criticism, which I think is a valid criticism, but it's weird to make a criticism when you're trying to sell shit.
Well, so no, I don't think they were necessarily making.
See what I'm saying?
It's a good question. Actually.
Criticism, but I think they were kind of.
Was it an endorsement, or was it like
I don't think it was an.
Okay, hold on. Was this?
But,
what were they selling in this ad? And was it in? Was
well,
it
that's
like,
the thing. It wasn't really selling anything. It was just Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
He's just our athlete.
So it was.
It wasn't selling like the new Tiger
but it was
sneakers or
a
anything.
pro Tiger Woods, specifically Tiger's our guy ad.
I guess because I'm gonna look it up so you can.
No,
see
that's.
it.
I'm just trying to to get the con. Okay, so that to me is very odd. That's a very odd thing they did, because they know. They gotta know that, like, that winning doesn't make it okay to.
Infidelity is okay.
Yeah,
with Nike.
like that's weird, man. That's really
Holy
weird.
Shit, that's so great.
Wait, pardon me. Winning takes care of everything.
That's equally.
All right.
That's.
I kind of.
I don't.
But
that semantics is not that big of a difference.
I'm just confused.
No, it's not. But it's just I messed up the quote.
No. I don't think Jordan was saying it's different either.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's more so. Okay. Remember back during Halloween when we were talking about like scary movies, and I was saying Scream was kind of like one of my favorite scary movies, and the reason because of the meta commentary. Like it was funny of like they would poke fun at the tropes of like, oh, every scary movie has the woman run up the staircase when she's being chased, and then the next scene is Nev Campbell being chased up the staircase.
I
so
get
I feel
that.
like it could be that in the sense of like, yeah, we know this isn't how it should be, but this is how the world is.
Okay, that's weird that Nike would say that when they're supporting the person who did all the stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the headspace there. I don't understand. It's like they're criticizing themselves almost.
But that's the thing. I don't think if it's necessary. Oh, okay, all right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Because they're endorsing Tiger Woods.
I do see what you're saying.
And then they're saying winning it sounds like they are actually saying he's winning again. It does, none of what he did matters.
It does. That's
I don't understand.
But I think that's have a point.
Well, but but is it commentary or isn't it? Like, or is it because it sounds either
initially,
if they're saying this is how the world works, then they're criticizing themselves because they're supporting this guy.
Necessarily a critique, or is it just a statement of fact?
Or but they wouldn't make a
at best.
They're
that
taking
is
a stance one way or the other.
Best,
no, look, it was controversial.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's just bizarre. I think it's just odd. It's like, what are they trying to accomplish with that? Like, honestly, what are they trying?
Yeah.
Like, that's
I'm with
weird.
You. I said at best it's tone deaf. Them not really understanding what they're saying.
Even if it's tone deaf,
even then, I don't even know if it's tone deaf because especially
I don't think
at
it is.
that time, I know you look at Nike now, the stock's been trending down, whatever. You can question their leadership now. At that time, I have a hard time believing Nike put that out and they didn't know what was going to happen.
I believe
outrage marketing has been a thing for a while.
Yeah.
But
outrage marketing is great.
I feel like I'm to quote
Also,
Will Ferrell and Zoolander. I feel like I'm taking crazy
Winning
pills.
takes care of everything.
Okay. That's right.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills over here.
Okay.
Because if either they're saying that winning takes care of everything and that in society, and even though he did all this stuff, that if they're saying that is inherently a criticism of society or whatever. It is. It has to be.
Okay.
Right? I mean, what other read could you put on that?
No, coming from lesser means, winning takes care of everything. Coming from, I'm a woman in sports. If I win, that takes care of everything. That could mean a lot of different things.
Okay, but in that context, you don't. I'm asking. This is not like. Do you think that they were so tone deaf that they didn't realize that might be applied to his infidelity and all that stuff?
No, I don't think they were tone deaf at all.
Okay, then what?
I think they meant everything.
They wanted
can't mean everything.
They wanted people 20 years later to be talking about it on a podcast.
For what purpose?
Because we're talking about Nike. We brought up Nike 30 times.
No way. No.
You don't think that's an advertising marketing?
I don't think that they would say something in order to make it a criticism.
He's wearing Nike.
Let me be clear. I don't give a shit. I don't give a.
Then there you go.
What do you mean, then there you go? That means that's a neutral nothing. Also, I didn't know about this. Oh, I forgot about this. But I wouldn't buy, like, come on. How do y'all not know what I'm saying right now?
How about this? How many athletes have done things that are probably deemed really, really shitty?
Do the companies that endorse them draw attention to it?
No, but they certainly don't fire a lot of them.
Then why would I know that? But in this case, they are drawing attention to the alleged
distance
hypocrisy.
between someone being a bad person and having Nike as an endorsement to them highlighting. Maybe they were highlighting his, coming around, and now he's sort of a better person and he made apologies and whatever, and suddenly winning. Like, there's other ways.
So winning made him a good person?
I think maybe
winning did not make him a good person. Winning will allow a lot of people to overlook a lot of things.
And why would Nike point that out when they're the ones endorsing him? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense.
There are some people who would look at. I can buy this. There are some people who would look at Tiger Woods and say he hit rock bottom. He worked his way back up to winning again. That could also then mean he won his integrity back. He won his family back. He won the populace opinion of him back. There's a lot of interpretation of all this stuff.
But God, that is asking a lot of the viewer to see it that way.
I think it's that. Also, I think it's what you just call it, outrage marketing.
Yeah, they had to know how that was going.
So you're saying they wanted to create outrage against themselves? Is that what you're saying?
People love.
No. I'm just trying to wrap my fucking head around this.
People love to tear people down. They love to give people pump people up for second chances, man. That's
get that,
real.
but then why would they call attention?
Because if he's already been broken down and hit bottom, building him back up and calling attention to that.
The implication of winning takes care of everything is that because he's doing good at golf now, all is forgiven. That is what that says.
Yeah.
And
I also think you've got a really narrow view of that saying, because I don't think it just means that. Nike never just means sports.
Okay,
They're always promoting lifestyle and shit like that.
I'm not saying that was what they intended, but come on, like winning, you see the word winning and you're looking at an advertisement, you're not doing what we're doing right now when you read that. You're flipping through a magazine, you're watching TV, whatever.
Sure.
You see that, you think winning golf made everything better. Come on.
I don't agree. I actually don't agree.
You think an everyday person?
I don't think I firmly believe this. I don't think any marketing campaign is ever showing you that it's just this thing.
I know,
it's
but I think
shoes.
that they should. I believe that maybe. I believe that's what they intended, but saying winning implies that it's winning golf.
No, because Nike is way
okay. So
bigger
so when they say winning, winning means like becoming a better person. That's such a leap.
No, winning,
that is such
I think it can mean a
means-
lot of different things. Go ahead.
Winning means being great. To give you an example,
Still, though, being great forgives all the shit that you're doing.
it will allow a lot of people to overlook the things you've done.
Right. And so Nike is endorsing this.
And Nike
That's what I'm saying.
Nike is endorsing I think you're wrong. I think, yes, Nike is endorsing winning in all the various ways that you can be winning. Yes, that's 100% what it is. Actually, I think that's usually what they're talking about.
Yeah, look, Jonathan, I feel like both things can be true.
Yeah.
It can be more of the like inspirational side of, I earned my integrity back. Like I put in the work to build back my reputation. And I got people to overlook the fact that I'm cheating on my wife because I became
we're supposed to like that.
I'm not necessarily saying you should like it, but that's the world.
No. The second
Or
part.
the country, anyway.
The second part. Nike is if they're saying that, then they are endorsing that.
But no, dude, that's the point of everything. There's the good side and the bad side. It's everything.
So why?
It's not that complicated.
It really is.
It's not.
Yes, it is, dude.
Dude, they're endorsing salvation.
No.
Of this
actually,
guy.
I'm making the point that it's not that complicated. Like, if they're saying winning solves everything, and even if they kind of mean other stuff too, winning definitely doesn't, in the mind, immediately mean more than that. More than like winning golf.
We just disagree on that because I don't agree with you.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, let me tell you something. All right, let me give you another person.
But even the greatness argument, like,
I'll give you another example.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you could easily, and let's back up to like 2013 when that ad came out, right? Or whenever, it was like 2012, 2013 when that ad came out. Let's back up to that time. You could easily take Tiger Woods out of that ad and put R. Kelly. It'd be.
How is this an argument on your side?
I'm going to go to the bathroom, actually. I'm going to step away.
Again, not condoning what he did at all.
Ignition solves everything.
But that's the point, dude. Because he was such a great recording artist, he got away with a lot of stuff for a lot, and people overlooked it. That's the message. It's not good
why
all
would
the
Nike
time.
want to praise that?
No. Then you're not hearing me. You're not just praising that. You're acknowledging that that's what it is. Now, there's the great side of like you have the like rags to riches stories that people overcome all of these obstacles to become great, and like winning solves everything that they had to endure to get there.
I think you got to show the negative to pump up the positive of him. That's what I think that what we're talking about.
That's what it's everything. There's the good and the bad. It can
you can't ignore the bad, to be perfectly honest.
But why not say something about redemption or like use a different like angle than?
Sure.
There may be
a marketing sort of other thing. They probably talked about that for a year. Who knows how long they discussed what words to actually use.
I guess I follow you all.
Oh, you know what?
But
Hey,
it seems like
Shane
such
Gillis.
a stretch to me.
Shane Gillis would be probably another good one, right?
Yeah,
because he lost his SNL gig because of the comments that came out from his podcast.
I'm not arguing that that's not true in society.
It's
I'm not making that argument at all.
It's better than R. Kelly.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
But I'm not making that argument at all. I'm not saying that it's not true in society. I'm with you on that. I'm saying it's bizarre to me that Nike would call attention to that when they are endorsing their person. I think I understand the rest of the argument you're making too. It seems odd to me. But I guess Nike agrees with you too because they did it. So
I just want to make it clear R. Kelly deserves to be locked up. I'm not defending. I'm just saying people knew what he was doing for a long time, and they let it
Jordan,
go.
when you said deserves to be, I did not know what was coming after be. I swear to God, I didn't know. I didn't know whether you were going to say respected. I didn't know whether
No.
I truly had no idea.
That doesn't feel good. That probably doesn't feel good for you.
But it's just listen.
I'm glad you said what you said. I was just like, oh, what are we saying?
Yeah.
I think the episode title now, Jordan likes R. Kelly and
Jordan
thinks he should be.
Jordan, free R. Kelly.
Free R. Kelly.
No.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay. That was riveting.
It was.
That was riveting. And all right, I think we need to take some time because Jonathan, I think, is still trying to wrap his head around the concept.
I know he's really struggling.
So we're gonna
with
come
marketing.
back. We're gonna play some games. Probably, would you rather get an autograph from Tiger Woods or R. Kelly? I'm sure that's on there. But we'll be right back. Zoning out. All right, everybody, welcome back to Zoning Out, presented by the Comedy Zone. Jonathan's face is not as red as it was before the break, so I think we've reached like...
He was animated.
Was my face red?
Yes, you were absolutely red. Yeah.
The funny thing is I wasn't even like... I wouldn't call what I was like angry. I was just like I was just like frustrated. I was just like...
Those are angry hand movements right there.
It's just,
but
it's okay.
No, but angry is like different. I wasn't like...
You were apoplectic.
I don't even know what that means. I know the word, but I wasn't like mad at you guys at all. Truly, I was just like, understand me. That's what
we,
it
on the
was.
other hand, furious.
Yeah, y'all were real mad.
Yeah.
We were just.
Anyway,
why would you not get it? Anyway,
we should bring up also the Comedy Zone again. They're fantastic. CLTComedyZone.com for a full schedule if y'all are in the area. There's comedy zones all over the place. So but that's for the Charlotte.
yeah, but yeah, CLT Comedy Zone. Make sure you get tickets for new material night that all of us are going to be on. Jason, what day is that again?
Tuesday, January 28th. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna write new jokes. I'm actually doing.
We got a special guest coming that night too. I just started sprinkling that out there. We got a special guest coming.
Tiger Woods will be there.
I would lose my mind if Tiger Woods popped up.
He's hysterical.
Yeah, I bet he would be like the single worst comedian of all, other than Michael Phelps
Or Tom Brady.
Yeah, true.
Would he? I don't know. I feel like he's got some life experience.
Maybe.
Tall guys aren't funny. Come on.
Having life experience is not the same thing as being funny.
No, you're right, but he has things to draw from. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with
You
that.
know when I was 7, I had a shirt that said "I am Tiger Woods."
Did you?
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. My dad.
I get it.
Tiger Woods was that guy.
He was a badass.
I didn't really like golf, but like Tiger. Anyway,
You didn't like golf?
I was not a big golf guy.
yeah.
My dad was into golf. I never really liked golf that much.
No, I mean, yeah, I love it.
I gave it up for bowling. That's
Okay.
all true.
And then you gave that up for juggling.
we have to have an update on the juggling.
I know.
how's
I've been
juggling
waiting
going?
for this. Early stages. It's in there. Early stages. When I have something to share, I will share it. In the
Do we
form
make him
of
juggle on the podcast?
At some point, for sure.
Probably, yeah.
And move all the valuables out of the way.
yeah.
I do want to see this set, and I would like to see it and respond to it on the podcast.
Sure.
So
I
it
can
can
get
be
it
this
right
episode,
now.
it can be next episode.
All
It
right.
don't matter.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget.
Dismissal is great. Go ahead.
You can email us. You can call us. Email us at podcastzoningout@gmail.com. Call us 980-221-9293. And make sure you're following the Zoning Out podcast where you're streaming your podcast. YouTube. We got our YouTube page up. So you too will be able to see Jonathan's red face and all of its glory. Like you can only see that visually. It's not enough for me to just tell you.
No, you got to see it.
Mash that button.
Yeah, mash. Like,
he is dressed to be enthusiastically.
You're dressed to be in a
red-faced
Nike
and
ad.
angry, yeah.
Yeah. Besides the jacket, but
Yeah, you got an Under Armour and a
swoosh.
Nike. I don't even think that's supposed to happen ever.
See, that's the thing. I feel like that's overrated. I don't really care too much about matching, like mixing brands. Up.
Yeah.
Like,
No
that's
one
just-
should.
But
yeah,
some people do. That is
I was
true.
kind of kidding actually, but yeah, okay.
Some
I
people
think
do
that's-
care.
I think
and
that's
it's weird.
sad.
I think
That's
it's weird.
weird.
I wear like Adidas sneakers with Nike track pants all the time.
Yeah, I don't
care.
get that at all. That's weird. That's okay. In general, brand loyalty to me is icky. It's one thing if you're endorsed and you're getting paid to wear all their stuff. That's one
I
thing.
kind of feel like you guys have brand loyalty though.
I have brand preferences.
Okay.
I have
I
brand
would- yes.
tendencies.
All right.
I do like Nike a lot, but I'm not going to.
You got a lot. You have a lot. You guys are sneakerheads, right? You got a lot of shoes. So what's the?
Oh, thank you for acknowledging me with that term now.
More Jordan than me for sure, but
Oh, is that right? I guess maybe I didn't know that.
Jordan actually knows shit. I just
Yeah.
have a lot.
No, I was
Yeah,
just
people
bringing
listen.
up like an old joke. I remember
Yeah.
one time when it was just YouTube hosting,
Yeah.
you called him a sneakerhead.
You texted me.
I texted Jordan. It was
not
like
happy
6
about
in the morning.
Jordan was
I
not
texted
happy about it.
Jonathan. I was like, I can't believe.
I just would make fun of his stupid shoes.
Yeah.
I always thought yours were cool. I think that's
That conversation, you were not making fun of me.
Oh,
You were like, we were like having a discussion about
Yeah.
it.
I find the
Jordan did not
culture
take
of
kindly
that
to it.
sort of funny, but also interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'll tease it on a surface level, but that's about it.
No, I used to really be into sneakers. I would
Yeah.
like camp outside the store, waiting for the store to open.
That's the silly part. Yeah, you did
But
that.
see, that's the thing. People think it's silly unless you're in the culture.
Sure.
Because
Of course,
like,
just
those
like
are some
anything.
fun hangouts.
Yeah.
You just be.
I went to a midnight library opening of Harry Potter
Potter,
book coming
I knew
out,
it,
so
yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah,
fine.
so you-
Wait,
yeah, you get
I'm
it.
very uncool. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird to no, never mind. I was still talking about the brand loyalty thing. We
Yeah.
moved on.
But so it's all kinds of brands of sneakers though that you're talking about.
Yeah. Now, don't get
okay.
me wrong. Like Jonathan, I do predominantly buy Nikes and Jordans. But yeah, I've got like a couple
Yeah.
pair of these. Like the Ultra Boosts. I love Ultra Boosts.
Yeah.
Like they're amazing to me. So I
Yeah.
get those.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to like actual shoes that I run in. I've gotten Hokas.
I was about to ask. So you
like,
don't these are sneakers that you don't get dirty. Or you,
I try not to get these dirty in particular, but I like Ultra Boosts in particular because since they're made out of mesh, I can just throw them in the washing machine
Nice.
and
Wow.
clean them up. So that's why I get a new white pair of these, but they'll last me like 2 or 3 years before I have to get another white pair because I can just clean them very easily.
Okay.
The reason I'll speak for myself, and I'm guessing for you as well, is that we tend towards Nikes because we like their stuff and how and their styling. It's not that they're Nike.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure subconsciously, sure, corporations.
Well, I was
getting
about
our-
to say, yeah, I will say for me, it was kind of ingrained early on that Nike was like the top brand.
Okay.
So for me, I think
Me
there
too.
is.
but
me-
by whom? By whom? I'm
My
curious.
dad.
Oh, okay.
My dad.
So
That's all right.
subconsciously,
That's cool.
for sure. But like actual loyalty, that's loyalty to a corporation. You know what I mean? I'm not loyal to a company. Like fuck
Yeah.
that. That's gross.
It's
No,
kind of
I'm
the
with
it's kind of the fun side. It's like fun to be enthusiastic, but it's not.
Yeah.
Brass tacks. You're like, who
Like,
gives a shit?
no, it don't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. It's fun to be enthusiastic about shit. Okay.
Yeah. Do you feel the CEO of Nike should be locked up?
Were you sure locked up was how you were going to end that sentence to me?
yeah.
Wait, what happened to CEO Nike?
Nothing. I was
United
just wanted to
Healthcare,
hear
you
how
know.
you thought about CEOs
Oh my
again.
God. I was like, what do they
Yeah.
do now?
Y'all know my sort of inching up to thoughts, where I'm kind of like,
Listen, man, we don't want you to become a fugitive.
are
That's
you a
all
Mario
I'm
or
worried
are you a Luigi? You know?
I love where you're going with this.
Yeah.
We don't want you to be a fugitive because there are some fugitives who I'm rooting for.
Yeah, that aren't necessarily human.
That aren't necessarily human. I have really been pushing for this. All right, so I found some really cool news, and this one is one of my favorites. All right, this is sort of all from this article. A fugitive gains fame in New Orleans, eluding dart guns and nets for months. A fugitive dog known as Scrim, has transfixed the city of New
Scrim.
Orleans.
I like it.
The 17-pound mutt, which I didn't appreciate them saying mutt, has gained fame eluding a tenacious band of citizens wielding a tranquilizer dart gun and night vision binoculars.
What? Just real quick.
Yeah.
Mutt, is that like a slur to you? Is that why you don't?
It feels dark. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Exactly. It's
right.
sort of like, it's
Ask
like,
the answer.
Yeah, it's like what, like a pure blood's better.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not against you. It's just funny that you drew it, that like it was enough to the point where you were like, I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, you ever like meet someone and be like, they're so amazing. They're a mutt. They're a mutt. No, it's never spoken like that. Right. It's always like, they're a mutt. We don't know what they are.
We don't know what it is. It's a mutt. Yeah. We love them anyway.
Yeah, I think that to me is like, that should be a highlighted story. This is a fugitive. It's a fugitive.
That's really interesting. Okay, why are they trying so hard?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why do they want to get this dog so bad? Does it say? Do we have any information?
No, I read the art. I kind of pulled this main sort of topic of what it is, but yeah, it's not doing anything other than living its life.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if just some animal control person tried to get him and couldn't, and then they just got mad. Yeah. And then it's like this personal vendetta, and this dog is just running around just eating.
Yeah. He's 17 pounds. You know how big that is? It's so small.
It's very small.
Do we truly have? We really don't have any sense of why they're trying to get this dog?
No,
it's kind of funny.
I read the article, and I think it's just sort of running. It's not like biting people and shit. It's not out there like robbing people.
I like the idea that this dog doesn't even know it's a you know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't. It's a dog. The dog's not like, I'm a fugitive evading the law. The dog's just going to get food out of a trash can or whatever. Like,
he's not like, I'm Scrim. I'm the one you're looking for.
He's just in a park and just licking an ice cream cone that someone dropped.
I also love that since it's in New Orleans, like Scrim may not even be his like actual name.
Yeah, that's just coming from some Cajun shit.
Yeah.
I think Scrim is like an ingredient. I don't know. That's so great. So anyway, if anyone out there knows anything about Scrim,
about this ferocious beast that is on the loose terrorizing
they got night vision
nation.
Goggles. This dog should be hired by the military.
I guess and that's my next question is like, okay, if you catch the dog, now what?
Now what? Are they just gonna shoot it?
My gosh!
I think it's interrogation. I think next is like, how'd you do it?
No, I think it's a public hanging.
Oh my gosh!
Poor Scrim.
Head on a fence post. This is what happens when you try to escape.
Yeah,
animal control.
It lives outside. It's a dog.
That's freaking hilarious. Why?
In New Orleans specifically.
Do they care?
Can you imagine? That thing's eating great.
Oh yeah.
That dog's having a great time.
That dog's got beads on.
Oh, for sure. I've always said New Orleans is the only place in the country where twisting your ankle is a legitimate threat.
Wait,
I don't understand.
Explain that.
Because it's always covered with like beads and like all this stuff on the ground. Like
I see.
At any given time, you could twist your ankle.
And then you're done. Then you can't parade anymore.
No, also,
but with that, there's plenty of food, I'm sure, lying around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having a lot of fun picturing all the activities that this dog is doing. I like the idea of him like playing saxophone in a jazz band.
And then he hears someone in the distance.
Yeah. See, it should just be a community dog at this point. Let's just all like get some dog bowls. Let's just chip in. Let Scrim run around, do his thing.
Yeah.
Like
Why do they want to catch him?
He belongs to the streets.
What is he doing?
This is a funny.
It's amazing.
Why do they want to catch him so bad?
They're like, you're right. I actually do think that it was a dog catcher who made him trip and turn his ankle.
Yeah.
They took it personally.
Yeah. He's like, this is definitely this Disney movie script.
I'm crying.
It's every dog catcher. They have tranquilizer darts and
think of all the resources, all the money that's being spent.
He's like splitting, like two dog catchers are like running into each other.
It's like Home Alone.
They're like trying to run on like an oil slick.
Moments before he was like pushing You hurt your knee?
That hurt my knee. Yeah, it did.
Oh, sweetheart. Well, thanks for indulging.
So funny, man.
Thanks for indulging me about Scrim.
so glad.
We're all
Shout
rooting
out
for you,
Scrim.
Scrim.
We had a conversation over the break over whether or not we were going to talk about this article, and I'm so glad we did because it's so funny.
But not necessarily the article, but you did mention you had a story that tied into like the Drake lawsuit from earlier.
I did.
Oh, shit. Yes, I
worked
forgot
with,
about this. Nice. Okay.
I worked with, I got to be careful about how I frame this, but I worked with Aaron Belisle this past week, who is a very funny comedian and is particularly famous for the fact that he's mute. He has cerebral palsy and he doesn't speak at all. So he does his comedy by typing into a text to voice app on his phone, and then whatever he says, comes out of the speaker he has.
Wait, so the because I'm not familiar with it. So he doesn't put the phone up to the microphone. It's a speaker on the stage.
Yeah, he has like a speaker that he walks around with like on his sort of belt, right?
Okay.
And so he takes that speaker and he sits it on the stool and puts the mic there.
Gotcha.
And then types and then it comes out of there.
Okay.
And so he and I worked together at the Charlotte Comedy Zone, and then the next day we drove together to Greensboro and did a show at the Greensboro Comedy Zone. Both shows were very fun, very good.
Successful shows.
Yes.
Okay.
And on the way to Greensboro, we got somehow or other, we ended up getting in a heated debate.
Okay.
About Drake versus Kendrick.
Oh, all right.
And it was just like, I don't know how to. I might get in trouble for saying.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
It was just
say the whole thing out loud. You might get in trouble for saying.
I don't know. Yeah. It was just.
Thank you for taking my phrase on Martin Luther King Day, by the way. Thank you.
It was intentional.
You're a monster.
It was just really. It was interesting to get in a heated debate with someone who cannot speak.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were going to take it there.
That's what I heard too. I was like, definitely bring this up on the podcast.
Okay. So, all right. Let me see how this.
He's feeling set up right now.
I want to bail on this and edit it out.
No. Come on, we're having fun.
All right. So for one, knowing what I know about you, I'm assuming he was on Drake's side.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah. Interestingly.
So just tell me, what was the argument before we even?
Well, here's kind of in retrospect, I think he was just trolling me.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Of course.
I don't think he really gives that much of a shit about it.
I love the idea that don't pull back. I love this guy is allowed to have arguments with people.
And it was like funny, like we kind of went song for song at a certain point. Like I would play whatever song and he would just be like, that sucks.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm with it.
Oh, that's so great.
And we
does he have like a yelling portion?
No,
it's all the
just
same.
That one, but although
same
he does
tone. I wish.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Come on, AI, fix this shit.
He does have like
different
voices that he uses on stage.
Oh, okay.
Like if he's like, he said he was in an argument with this woman who was insisting that he works at Target, which is really funny. And he's like, no, I don't. And she was like, well, is there someone else special who works at Target? Yeah, the stories, man.
Yeah.
Did he start debating you in a black voice?
Did he? Does he have that?
Unfortunately, he did not. He probably does. I mean, it's probably around, but it's not called that. It's just called, it's just called
American vernacular,
or just
AAVE,
or just someone with a name that sounds black.
Tyrone.
Yeah, just it's the Tyrone.
Can you
voice.
do what it would sound like, Jonathan?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not gonna. No, motherfucker, I ain't gonna do that.
He did it. He did it. It is
quick. I just did it quick.
Oh my God!
You get if it's under 3 seconds, it's not racist.
Oh, that okay. Okay.
Right?
I kind of like this concept. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that one. There's got to be exceptions.
Did you just
there are
bring
some,
up the 3-second rule?
I was about to say, there are some words you can say within 3 seconds.
There are some words you can say real fast.
Yeah, no. There's got to be some exceptions.
I don't think I need to be here for the rest of this.
You guys want to play Would You Rather?
No, but this is great. So take it further. You guys you were just butting head
just went back. At one point, it got to the point. At one point, I told him I was like, you have to get out of my fucking car. Like, you have to take an Uber the rest of the way.
You know what's funny?
This is ridiculous.
It's kind of like a cheat code because you can't exactly like cut him off.
Yeah.
Because like once the sentence has been played, like it's activated.
It's there.
Yeah. So you like, were you letting them finish or were you trying to cut them off? Really?
No, I was like, shut up. I can't hear you. No, but it was like, it was fun. Like at one point I do remember just yelling at him, "You're just wrong." Screaming.
How I'm so fast. This is amazing.
It was kind of amazing.
Yeah. I bet he, like, I don't know this guy, but like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, the idea of getting in, it was like
getting in a massive argument with someone.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
That's really, really fantastic.
It was pretty great.
Man. Good work. I actually think that's badass,
cool.
actually.
He called me gay like 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he can tell. He doesn't have to be able to talk. No.
I was wearing my, I have a sweatshirt that it's a black sweatshirt and then it has Dolly Parton's signature in pink across it.
I know it.
And I showed him. I was wearing that, and he didn't realize because we were playing my favorites playlist, which on Apple Music is just if you hit the little favorite button, it adds it to a playlist, right?
I understand.
No, I was looking at you because you have Apple Music,
yes.
so you know whatever. And so there's like 600 songs in there, and they're like all over the place. And so like Kendra came up a bunch, and then it was like, and then Dolly Parton came on, and then like just it was everything all over the place. And he started like trashing me for my music.
Yeah,
and I was just like, no, dude, I told you before, I love everything. In fact, and I like showed, I was like, I have Dolly Parton sweatshirt on. I turned and looked at him. The look on his face was so like hateful.
Oh,
yeah.
It was
Great.
unbelievable.
Because he's kind of a roast guy.
Yeah, he is a roast guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dick. Like, and I literally said,
Just a quiet dick.
I said this
Yeah.
to, like, I remember saying something, I can't remember what I was saying, but I was like, I'm fine with whatever, as long as you're not a dick. And like, you're not a dick. And he was like, I'm kind of a dick. And I was like, you are kind of a dick.
That's amazing.
Dude, I'm curious. So because you had to pick him up from like the airport, right?
I picked him up from his hotel in Charlotte.
Oh, got it. Because I was wondering, like, how did I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, how could you coordinate that? Because you can't really call him.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, he's capable of texting.
But yeah, I imagine in a situation where
where it's kind of a moving target, like an airport. Yeah,
I just thought that'd be kind of tricky.
I'm totally okay with. Because I get questions just as an especially short guy.
Yeah.
The questions are like, oh, I would love to know your world. What is that world like? What's the thing that you don't think about that would be complicated for someone who's not like you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll tell you something that happened a bunch. And he even talked about it on stage at one point, but I experienced it firsthand, was everywhere we went, people tried to talk to me instead of to him.
Oh shit!
They would say, "Does he want?" As an interpreter.
Yeah,
as
an interpreter.
And every time I was just like, "Ask him." I said that every single time. I was like, "Ask him."
It's the right call. It's the right move, actually. Yeah, definitely.
And it was like I was like, "Oh damn!" That's
so he commented about it later.
He talked. I mean, it's one of his. It's part of his set.
Right. Gotcha.
And I heard him talk about it, and then I went on and drove an hour and a half with him or whatever, and we made we went to Starbucks or whatever, and that happened several times, and I was just like, damn, dude, people are just don't treat him like he's there.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It's probably, I mean, I can imagine so many things. Frustration, it's emasculating.
Right.
I'm sure he deals with a lot of that shit. Good for him. I think I imagine him being on stage is an incredibly powerful place for him to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like that guy's, for people who don't know, like being on stage is already powerful. You got microphones, and imagine just hearing that story not having power that people are normally used to having.
Right.
Then going on stage, holy shit, it must feel like a superpower. That's badass.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's a good dude.
It's too bad he
kind
has,
of a dick.
I was going to say, too bad he has
I feel like, understandably so.
Too bad he has shit taste in music is what I was going to say.
No, the best part is the other day he texted me. He's like, "Can you send me your playlist?"
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm tired of listening to all the same shit. I actually like everything. LOL."
That's awesome. Wait, so you can send him like 600 songs playlist?
You can just send him
just a link to my playlist
because
so
he's
can
streaming it. He does not. He has to to download.
Like I gave you a DVD. Like
it's not like I texted you like a zip file. And you have to download to access it. Jay says.
Yeah, he just has. So like when I update it, it'll update for him too. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that's cool.
But it was just funny after him trashing me so hard, especially for the fact that I was for like Dolly Parton and stuff like that, and more like pop and country stuff I had on there. And then he's like, "Can I actually have the playlist?"
That's great. Holy shit, that's really cool. You gotta let's do some Would You Rather.
Yeah, let's do it. I have some from the actual Would You Rather game, which I will show to the camera. It was given to me a while.
This is not an ad.
Sure it is.
Wait a minute. Is that? I thought that was like a special one that you got for. Is that just the game? This is just this card that you have is just from the game. It's not like a special. I thought it was like from like fucking religious camp or something.
No.
I actually did.
No,
I thought it was like so.
This was given.
Still holding on to
the reason that I
don't step on the shopper.
Oh, listen, I hold on to a lot of religious stuff. That's. Oh, you thought I had this from from
vacation
years
Bible
ago?
Yeah, I did.
No. Although that is some shit I'd do.
Yeah.
No, this was the reason I sort of held it up is because it was given to me by someone on Instagram. Teacher Trauma is the Instagram handle.
So it's not specific to anything. This is just a regular Would You Rather game.
And Lindsay Daily Books.
And it's also a family card game, so probably not going to be.
No. It is. But anyway,
so it's going to be a little boring.
Yeah,
these are pretty good. I like it. Stop. This was a very kind person who sent me this for free.
You're right. Shout out to what you call her, Teacher Trauma.
Yeah, and it's like her game that she developed and made. It's her own version of Would You Rather.
If you use the promo code Jonathan, you get
absolutely nothing. You get nothing. You get an error code.
You do get error code.
I give out promo codes all the time. They mean nothing.
That's kind of funny, giving out fake promo codes.
Yeah. So we're not going to do all the actual rules of the game. We're just going to use the cards for regular Would You Rather.
Wait, what are the rules?
Yeah, maybe we should.
Or is that too long to explain?
It's not for.
Okay, all right. That's not engaging.
Yeah.
Okay. Rules are engaging.
Exactly. The game is great. We just don't want to do it for this podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not putting the game down.
What are we doing right now?
We're just go ahead.
Okay.
Read a card.
The game's great. We're just streamlining it for our purposes.
That's
all
I needed.
Would you rather see your favorite musician from the front row once or multiple times from seats in the way back?
The way back?
The back.
Yeah, I see.
Multiple times. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna stipulate that multiple times means unlimited times. Back.
I got mine.
Yeah, I think I got mine too.
Okay.
I'm going front row.
Going front row?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going front row. But I'm going to be very particular of when I pick that time.
Yeah. Although, I mean, you could pick the perfect time and then, 3 years later, an even better album comes out.
Yeah.
You could, but that's what I'm saying. I would go to a point where they're fairly established already. So they're going to have the hits, the back catalog. They'll be playing their classic records.
7 years.
So it's not going to be all about just this one new album.
Well, I'm going to give you an example. I saw Kendrick Lamar a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great, and I was so excited. I was like, check that off, awesome. If that had been the one time, and then I found out that Kendrick and SZA were going to be together, that would have been a bummer, man. Because you and I are going to that concert.
But
they didn't invite
all
me.
the way at the top of Bank of America Stadium.
Although, anyway, go ahead.
But all the way at the top of Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, I mean we're not that close.
We're not that close, but not at the top.
We're not at the top. I mean I'm not saying your take is crazy. I'm just.
But I guess
drawing
also my
attention
other
to.
thought is, especially like in this day and age where festivals are such a popular thing, that is what would give me like cause to pause. I wouldn't want to be front row where I don't really have a defined seat.
Okay.
Because that can go. I mean, we saw what happened for like Afterworld. Like that could
you could literally
very
die.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on the setting.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah, it depends on the setting.
We can stipulate that you don't die if that's helpful.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, in
You
that
don't
case,
die or have a life-altering injury.
Yeah, I think front row.
So you're
Because-
like, I want to see my guy one time and just.
I mean,
and be
no. But because here's,
I do get it. I don't think it's a crazy take. I think it's a hard
I do.
decision.
I guess. Okay, maybe I'm not fully understanding.
I see people from shitty seats all the time. It's awesome.
I'm understanding it from the fact of like both options are free, but you have the right to like pay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
no.
really?
No, this is it.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to ever see that artist ever
There
again.
it is.
Period.
Live.
Live. Yeah,
Live,
sure.
Yeah, I think I'm still on front row.
Okay.
Wow.
Because if I'm sitting way far back, I'm finding myself having the habit of I'm just gonna be watching the screen anyway.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I'll YouTube the performance.
but
Somebody's
sitting in
gonna
the back,
record
it doesn't mean you can't purchase the tickets to sit closer, right? Are you suggesting that
No.
it's one or the other?
No, this is.
I still stand by
This
that.
is for your whole life.
Yeah.
You have two options. You get to see your favorite artist once in the front row and never again live. You can listen to their music and watch. You can watch footage of them live, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you never get to go to another concert of theirs ever. Or you can go as many times as you want. And we'll just say they're both free. We'll say they're both free for them.
Yeah, man,
And you
I'm
can go as
saying,
many
like-
times as you want, but you are in the worst seat in
Yeah.
the whole place.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
What's funny is that I should pick that because I mean I like going to see live music. I used to when I was in my 20s. I went to a lot of shit. I saw a lot of shows, but I'm like, especially now, I'm just kind of like I don't really do it as much. I saw John Mulaney from like 8 rows back, and that was cool, but it wasn't the game changer that.
That's also okay
think
though.
it
That's comedy
is?
though. The energy of being close, I feel like matters more with music.
I would agree with that.
I would agree too, but I mean, I've also seen. So I saw a Horde tour where I saw like Lenny Kravitz and like all of the like 90s bands and Neil Young and like I saw a front row, boom, right dead
Nice.
in the middle. It was literally
that's
crazy, amazing, and fun,
Yeah.
and great. However, I've also seen pretty much all of them from further back and in a more comfortable seat.
It is more. It can be
Even
more
though it was
comfortable.
That's
so
fair.
for me, I'm like I don't know. Sitting in the back's kind of cool.
So
I don't know. I'm
I
not
have
sure.
not made up my mind yet.
Yeah.
I will say a point in Jordan's argument that I agree with, or just like an experience I had, is I saw Radiohead.
Ooh, shit.
Right. In
Actually,
2008 or something like that.
I remember you telling me
Eighth
about
row,
this.
dude. Dead center, 8th row. There's a whole story of how I even got those tickets. It's kind of fun.
Shit.
But putting that aside, 8th row, dead center. That concert was phenomenal, and I'll be all right if I never see him again.
Yeah.
Because that was so incredible,
Dude, I remember you telling me about this.
I just heard OK Computer for the first time.
Come on.
Yeah. Because I told Jonathan about this. I've been making the effort of like picking a new album to listen to when I'm working out or running to. Like,
All right.
Okay,
This
hang-
is the new conversation.
Okay, yeah, it is. And two things. One, dude, you got to start recording yourself for hearing it for the first time. I love
It
those
does
videos.
go along with what you do.
Yes.
You're not as
right.
emotive as, as
that's
a lot
also
of people.
true.
But you'll just be like, this is very
I
good.
think
my God.
they're not as emotive as they actually are. But you know,
I would have
Well,
loved to have
okay,
seen
fake
this first time listening
dude, it was
to it.
beautiful. I was
It's
a buzz. I was
amazing.
like, yeah, this is
Incredible.
an amazing album.
And dude, they have
Holy
like
shit.
at least 2 or 3 other albums that are equal to or close to equal to.
Or better.
I mean, Kid A and Rainbows.
Kid A and then Rainbows are the two that I would have said
those
immediately.
those two and OK Computer.
Are you familiar with them?
No,
Holy
Dude, Kid
shit,
A,
dude.
you'll listen to it, you'll be like, how is this the same band?
Oh my God,
it's
dude,
that
it's
different and yeah.
I'm like, I want you just for the podcast to record yourself.
And even
hearing
outside of those 3, they
Yeah,
they're,
any of them.
they kind of don't miss. That's not true. The King of Limbs is kind of trash. But
I actually
but
don't think Hail to the Thief is as good as other people.
I
think.
like Hail to
a
the
lot of
Thief.
people like it. I don't like it quite as much.
I don't put it like in the upper echelons, but I like Hail the Thief. But anyway, that's awesome, dude.
All right, Jason. Now I know how you feel when we do the country. All right, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
We're just gonna talk about Pearl Jam from now on.
Yeah.
I don't even really know Pearl Jam barely.
On the other hand, know a lot about.
I know. That's
okay.
what.
All right. Dude, that's like I'm knocked out. So
that's awesome, man.
You've been through it just like one time, or you?
No, I've added that to my library.
Hell
yeah,
Like, I really like that album.
I think "Let Down" might be my favorite song of all time.
Okay.
Okay.
It could because I'm up there with like
Let Down is the one. Interesting.
Yeah.
Out of the ones on that. Okay.
Yeah. That I think the ones that I can play anytime, anywhere, no matter what's going on, and it's got aspects of it's sort of an epic song. It grows and it's got this huge sort of big part right before it ends, and it's like to me there's
sort of like goes into an anthem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like Alive and things like that are like
an anthemic denouement.
I was gonna say that, but now that he has, I have to push
There
back.
actually is a term for it. That's not it. I can't remember what it is.
I just to me that's like literally one of my favorite songs all time. It's up there.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
I'm not like I don't know if I have a favorite because it's just such an amazing album. But Paranoid Android is a great go-to when I'm just like jumping out of my skin and I need something to just kind of like let it out. That like the guitar in that song, it just goes.
Body
it goes
Snatchers
wild.
from In Rainbows is a very similar in terms of it's just like a super aggressive raw guitar. It's this repeating riff. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Sorry.
And then Kid A is just if you want to slowly become a serial killer, just listen to Kid A over and over again. No, Kid A is beautiful.
It's beautiful and kind of dark in some moments and like
I'm so excited for you.
Me too.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I don't normally talk this much about music.
There's been like a few albums I've just heard for the first time. That was one. Fleetwood Mac. I don't even know.
Tusk.
I don't. I think the cover was just.
Is Dreams the name of an album or just a song?
You might be right.
Dreams might be either way, it was the cover. It was just
and I might
them
be
two. It was
Tusk.
the dude and the woman.
Lindsey Buckingham
Stevie Nicks and whatever that dude's
Lindsey
name was.
Buckingham.
They were on the front together. So whatever that was, I heard 1989 for the first time.
Yeah, what'd you think? Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, that's
I ain't
fair.
gonna lie, I wasn't.
I
really
get that.
Holy shit, are we gonna do a thing now? Let's do that.
Kind of a great idea.
I got some probably albums that you don't know about.
We can each pick albums and we'll all three listen to them, even if we have listened, even if it's our pick.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's
fun.
Oh
my god, that'd be great.
Okay, let's put that aside for just
table
a sec.
it.
We'll I almost said table it and decided not to.
We'll put a pin
corporate
in it.
America.
We'll
circle back.
Took mine.
God,
Holy
it's the worst.
shit, that's great.
I just for the sake of moving
So
on, I
much
think
fun.
I'm gonna go with you, Jordan. I think I'm gonna choose Front Row.
Okay.
Although I'm gonna take like I liked Radiohead. I didn't want to be front. I liked Eighth Row. So we'll just say like ideal close up.
I was 100% in the back until you said Radiohead in this conversation, and they're like, shit, yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's something I could regret, but it's worth the risk.
How about this? Can I go ahead? Go. You
no, because I was going to say, especially again today, the way ticket prices are today, even if you don't get to see like them again. Come on, what are the odds you are going to get to go front row?
It's fair.
Anywhere.
Ever.
Yeah.
At any big concert anymore. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds of
and
dollars.
This would seal the deal if like kind of knowing ahead of time that this is Madison Square. It's going to be the best show.
Yeah.
It's going to be just,
right. We'll go ahead and say that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say that it's like
going to be one of their quintessential live performances kind of thing.
Yeah,
that would sway me.
Front row at Madison Square Garden. I don't care if it's Sexy Red.
What about Flo Rida?
I'll go for him too, so I can throw water bottles at him.
Okay,
that's great.
Awesome.
That's really good.
You want another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, let me look through the ones I pulled out really quick. Oh yeah. Okay, I like this one. Would you rather have a famous? I have some thoughts on this one. Would you rather have a famous best friend or sibling? Famous best friend or famous sibling? Actually. No, I want to hear you guys' thoughts before I say.
Yeah.
Famous in what way?
Dealer's choice.
Not infamous.
Like it's not dealer's
just
choice.
so we're
Pick
clear.
your poison.
Famous. They're a famous actor. They're a famous musician, politician.
Let's say in a good way.
Okay. Okay.
Although that's a fun question too.
I can jump in just as a brother of multiple, siblings and I think it would be it's no question it would be easier to feel joy for my brother or my sister to be successful. I think 100% that is awesome. I do think there are some aspects of your friend being famous that could be that could elevate what that means. Like what are the adjacent sort of benefits of having your best friend be famous is really like, let's say your best friend's Taylor Swift.
Right.
And this is probably one of those things where, famous people are like, can't trust anybody or whatever. Cause you're like, oh, you're going to get to do cool shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my follow-up question. How close are we as friends?
Best friend.
Oh, no, I'm taking that easily.
Yeah.
Easily. If I'm the best friend, easily take that. Because if it's a sibling, I feel like you might run into that problem of whatever they're famous for, you're going to be compared as the person that can't measure up. Like whatever
That's
Patrick Mahomes' brother is. I'm not what he is. That sounded demeaning, but I mean, you get what I'm saying.
Donald Mahomes.
Whatever. I don't even remember what his name is. It doesn't matter because you're not the
doofy loser Mahomes.
Yeah, nothing you do, even if you weren't like the TikTok dancer kid, nothing you do.
Even if you are, I mean, like the Kelsey brothers. Like if you're the one who's not dating well, that's a whole other.
Yeah, well,
they're doing fine.
Yeah. That's a whole.
But I kind of get where you're going. Like,
but like even if so like Casey Affleck or whatever, like you're still he's
still pretty famous.
He's massively accomplished,
and also kind of a
he's massively accomplished, but he's still Ben Affleck's brother.
Yeah. I was going to say the Manning brothers. Isn't one of them like a doctor?
Yeah, there's like a third brother who's like not a football player.
Yeah, he's like a doctor. He's very accomplished.
And what a loser.
Yeah. That's crazy. You could be very successful in your own right and still have people like just kind of nothing.
How do you think it feels to be Eli Manning?
Eli Manning has won a Super Bowl.
I know.
I was going to say two, actually, right?
Yeah,
both
I think you're right. Actually.
I know.
You're right. That's right.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if Peyton's not there. He's Eli Manning. Like, and
I would argue he's still Eli Manning,
but
he is. But I get what you're saying now.
Which one is
if there was no other brother, he would be kind of on an island
and Peyton Manning has hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
he's a cultural figure. Eli Manning's not really a cultural figure.
I also I'm close with my brothers. The idea that me and one of my brothers were successful at something would be fun to share celebrity in that
is
way.
Fun.
So and my brothers are like buddies though. They really like, and my sister, like we're it would be like having a friend who's famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be a little different, but I'm struggling a little bit with it.
I am just trying to think what that, because I'm sure Eli Manning's
your brothers. I don't mean to cut you off, but like your brothers those are your buddies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're my best friends.
Yeah, they're your best friends.
Yeah.
So
they are my best friends.
Yeah. So it's kind of it's a little bit of a harder question actually.
Sure.
Now that I'm talking it out.
Yeah, you have to almost make it. You have to make it almost abstract, I guess, in a way, or hypothetical, or even double hypothetical.
Interesting. How about like your sister was super famous? Like how is that how you're processing this?
Yeah, that's exactly how I was thinking about it. Because, like, obviously you want her to be successful, but, like, it's funny, like, when you come from the same parents and she's, like, if she would have became, like, Caitlin Clark, and I played 1 year of rec league basketball in 9th grade, it's like, that looks kind of wild.
Yeah. I am wondering what it would be like if
I just imagining, how are your kids doing? Oh, well, Jordan's good.
Yeah.
He's over here. What? Yeah, but how?
Yeah,
it would be.
You're like, no, that's great, but can we You know what I was really asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. So are we even
I already had a little bit of that.
toward
if
an
I'm
answer?
honest.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
think I
none
said
of
best
us.
friend.
Okay,
I was
best
easy,
friend.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I already had a little bit of that. My brothers were so hugely successful in their especially in sports and shit.
But we're talking famous.
Yeah.
You say their name, people know who they are.
It'd be hard for me to not say my brothers because I would want that for them or my sister. My sisters always sort of come second for some reason, but just because I got more brothers, I just think it would have to be them.
What about the nepotism angle? In taking the negativity out of the word nepotism. What about the what it can get you, where it can get you?
That's the thing.
Which one does you better? You think?
That's why I asked for the best friend thing. If y'all are best friends, I think that could be just as good as being a sibling.
Sure.
Without the comparison from other people.
Yeah.
Or as much comparison from other people.
I think I'm going sibling because I do think there's a little bit more inherent nepotism. And again, I'm using the word positively. I think that it's a little more come on, man, you're my brother.
Okay. All right, hold on.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this then. Can you choose the sibling and can you also choose the friend? It may not necessarily have to be your best friend.
No, it's got to be your best friend.
It's got to be your best. Okay.
Yeah.
But what about the sibling? Yeah. What if when you have multiple siblings, how does that work?
That's your call.
That's not fair.
Well, I'm going with I'm just going with the call. Okay, so we'll say it's got to be your best friend and it's got to be the sibling that you're closest with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that did I answer the question? Is that what you're asking?
You did.
Yeah.
I guess.
But not what you wanted.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going.
Especially
I'm going
when I only have
sibling.
one. I mean, that didn't really change much.
Okay. Well.
And it's our relationships as they are, literally right now. Snap our fingers.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah. I gotta go with sibling.
I'm going
man.
sibling too. I
I just can't imagine.
And it'll be fun. Both of whichever brother it is, both of us going along for the ride would be fun too.
Yeah. That's how we would be, and I can't imagine any of my brothers being famous, but this would be cool.
I do think that there would be
nothing.
I don't think it was actually shitty, but it was.
They couldn't be famous for anything, but no, I kidding me. They would be great because also. If there's any fame that I would receive, absolutely, if any, you know what I mean? I want them to be a part of this shit.
I feel like it's a little more, it's fraught in a different way if it's your best friend. Because it's a little bit are you really my friend or not?
It feels riskier,
you know?
Right?
And with your sibling, it's you're still their,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you have a weird fucking relationship. That again, I'm projecting my situation,
and I feel the same way with you. That I've got a really good relationship with my family.
It could be different because my answer is almost
Jordan.
Yeah, I see. I don't think I agree with that at all because I very very loosely know the family history, but if you think about the Jackson family,
right?
Yep.
There's Michael, and then there's Janet.
Oh, I'm not.
And then everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's Tito.
Oh, listen, man. I'm not saying that there's not going to be problems, and I could end up. This is a situation where I could end up being shit. I should have said friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is for sure the right answer. I'm saying I'm pretty sure. I think this is the move.
But no.
Enough
but
to where I
here's
think
the
I'd choose
other
it.
thing I'm saying. You said your friend could be successful, but there's not necessarily a cap on the success, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine if your sibling became Michael Jackson famous,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means the tabloids are going to be on you too.
Yeah,
that's a level. I feel like as a friend, you
There's
can still
some scrutiny.
kind of separate
You're right.
yourself.
That's a great
as
point.
a family. You're in this, obviously not to the level of them, but
but you don't have the option of not being in it.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas I don't know who Michael Jackson's best friend was.
Bam,
it's a good point.
It's a really good point.
Yeah,
it's kind of fraught with that association.
Yeah,
as a sibling.
That's a good point. I think I'm still going sibling, but that is a disadvantage for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. So if Taylor Swift was your sister, everything they say about Taylor Swift, that's going to rub you the wrong way constantly. And granted, if people
Well,
are
I'll
talking
just
about
cut
your
a
best
bitch
friend,
then.
then all right.
Well, yeah. How about the demise of your sibling? Like, how many people are like rise to the top and don't
Stay at the
have?
top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Suddenly, you got to see the demise of your family member.
Well, then I step on their neck on the way to the top. It's great. Then I
Nice.
I do.
I'm gonna text
What's
your
an
brothers to make sure that he listen to this
They
episode.
would be disappointed if I didn't.
They
say
would
that.
actually. You're right. I know them.
What?
It's a dark family.
It's not good, and it's the best. I'm trying to think of siblings where it's like flipped. The Olsens, Elizabeth Olsen is much more famous
That's a
now
good point.
than the Olsen twins.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What are there any others?
I'm thinking. There's Eddie Murphy.
That's Charlie Murphy
Charlie Murphy.
did not
Yeah,
eclipse
nah,
Eddie
I don't
Murphy.
know.
No.
For
Charlie
a
Murphy
minute,
did great, but he did not. No.
I'm aware he had a cult thing that was really fun.
Timmy Chappelle. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's a really good question.
Your siblings, I can't quite.
The only
I'm
one I
sure
can
I'm
really
more.
think of is it's interesting. There are some sibling celebrity things where they've carved out a different enough space. I'm thinking of, even though they're both musicians, I'm thinking of Beyonce and Solange. Like Beyonce is obviously
Van Halen.
Beyonce is Beyonce,
Mhm.
like, and Solange is never gonna be that, and that's whatever. But Solange is also like, she's doing something a little more weird, a little more alternative, a little more like, I think Solange is like in her own.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
I'm guessing. I'm sure like there's probably natural little flare-ups of jealousy here and there. That would be normal. But like overall, I think she's in her own.
You don't think Beyonce's cool about it? I have to guess she's not.
Wait,
You don't
what
think
do you,
she's? What
wait, what do you mean?
I bet Beyonce's hard to deal with. Are you guys serious right now?
Oh, but I mean,
Okay.
She seems difficult from 1,000 miles away.
oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying like that Beyonce would be annoyed by Solange's success.
I think if
I
Solange
doubt that.
became hugely successful tomorrow, I would be. It just seems
You mean
like the
became
persona.
that level?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would probably be tough.
I think Beyonce's
Yeah.
probably I've worked.
She's a
with,
diva.
I've worked with some celebrities.
She's a
I think
diva.
that she's probably a diva.
She's
And-
literally a diva.
yeah, yeah. I just think she would probably at every aspect of
Sure.
fame and your success
Yeah.
and growing and competition. Would probably that seems to me. I've seen movies.
Yeah. Okay.
The sort
Just
of
throwing
the sort
it out
of
there.
almost defeat with which you said that was awesome. You were like, I can't defend this more than I watched A Star Is Born. So it's
Exactly.
kind of perfect. They're
They're
not
all
siblings.
the same.
All right. So cool. Do we have time for another one, or we need to call
It's
it?
pretty late, but
All right.
I don't know. I'll let you guys. We're
What do you
50
think?
minutes into segment 2 here.
Hey
guys.
man.
Fuck it.
I got nowhere to
Why
be. Although I'm going to
Give
go
us
to the
one
bat.
more.
I'm going to
Hey,
pee.
listen,
though.
if they're still watching at this point, they'll watch another. They'll watch another Would You Rather.
Yeah.
All right. So we already did that one. Are you gonna sing about peeing again like that one
You
episode?
don't have the mic on that song.
Okay, that one's kind of cool. We just. What's up, Jordan?
Oh no, dude, don't worry. I'll cut this part out. We'll cut the dead space out.
Okay. We could be shorting out right now,
We could, yeah.
but we have to have something to talk about, and this is just who knows. Doechii.
OG has a great.
We have
album.
not talked. How in the world have we not talked about Doechii?
Yeah, I don't know,
That's
man.
crazy, dude. Because
Yeah.
she is like she's a
really doing her
goddess,
thing,
dude.
man. She's great, dude.
I
I was
I-
watching some of her backstory the other day. She was like working at Chipotle.
For real?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I know she's in Florida, so that tracks.
yeah. I'm not.
That didn't really that didn't really mean anything. I swing and a miss. But dude, she is like. I think she's next level, man. She's gonna be a superstar.
Absolutely, man.
She's gonna be a superstar.
Because the performance element, that's something I haven't
Performance
seen
element is out of control
from
with her.
most rappers, especially new acts.
Yeah.
Like she stands out so much from like other I can't think of a new rapper that has like that. Like
I can't think of a rapper. Tell me, I'm sure there are, but I can't think of someone who performs like. I mean, like her thing on whatever talk show, what Colbert or whatever it was amazing. Her Tiny Desk concert is probably the best Tiny Desk concert.
It feels like she's bringing more of like the like Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott kind of like performance element.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that, but
I appreciate it, man.
She also reminds me in a weird way. She has a little bit of Lauryn Hill to her.
Okay.
Like
okay.
So that's like that's one element in the mix.
I'm not quite seeing that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like I think it's really indirect. Like listen to the song like "Denial Is a River."
Oh yeah, I know
that one. Like think kind of like that sort of like I'm a woman going through something element that Lauryn Hill brings. Does that make sense? And also just the musically, like the beat is sort of like old school.
Sure.
And in a way that Lauryn Hill did as well. I don't know. I can't really defend it as much, but okay. For whatever reason, when I listened to her, Lauryn Hill the first time I listened to her, Lauryn Hill came to mind almost instantly.
That's fine. I hear a little bit of Nicki Minaj when I hear her.
Okay.
But anyway, what's the next?
Oh, you guys waited for me? Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Doechii, who's a new, I mean, she's been around for a bit, but new to me and new to fame rapper.
That's fair.
But really, going back to what we were saying about like doing albums that we hadn't heard before, I'm so curious what album you guys are going to give me that I don't know. I'm like excited about this.
Do we want to have one that let's think about it and have one next time. Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to put I'm like excited about this idea.
Too.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Okay. So okay. So this one is related. It's kind of related to both of the things we've done so far. Would you rather get brought up on stage by your favorite band or sit next to the star of the film at a movie premiere?
I'm sitting next to the star.
I'm going to be obnoxious. I kind of have a little bit.
Yeah.
Already done. Like, that's a flex or whatever.
Sure.
So I think for me, it's being brought up on stage.
Relevant to bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you, without... Is it just because like, oh, I've already done that? Or is it because it was a bad experience?
Oh, no. It's good. It was good. It was like one of the only times that I've ever done like, I didn't go on the red carpet. I literally went around the red carpet to go be a part and be like a,
Well, since you said it was a good experience, can you do you comfortable saying?
Yeah. It was Kevin Smith.
Nice.
The Tusk movie, like it was
incredible.
Right. We went up and did TIFF. That's the Toronto.
And you sat next to him?
I sat like with them. I sat with A24.
Yeah,
right.
I sat with the
dude. I love the work that everything.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
A24 is batting
A24 is fire.
Almost 1,000.
Yeah,
they're killing it.
Yeah, essentially. So me and Lauren went, who was like knows a producer really well, the producer I've talked about with you before, and she had worked with them on a different project, so we worked on it here. And like I said, I had an inflated position on that movie, and so we got invited up to be part of the
That's awesome.
And so no, I didn't sit with Kevin, but I sat like a couple rows back with like the A24
with the crew. I mean, not the crew, but the group.
Yeah, it was kind of pretty wild to sit with these two other reps while people went on stage. It was like really cool, pretty incredible. Actually, it was wild.
I'm trying to think if I even if I didn't have the choice, even if it was just, would you like to be pulled up on stage by your favorite band? Yes or no? I might say no.
Yeah,
like people that get brought on stage look goofy.
Yeah,
it's a little.
Unless you happen to be like exceptionally talented and everyone's surprised, which that would be kind of cool. But like, I'm not exceptionally talented.
But that's the thing. If you get brought on stage, like you're not really getting to like have a conversation with the person or whatever. You're just part of the show now,
and you're on display. And you're almost you said it. Like it's kind of goofy. So I think I actually shouldn't have chosen that one because that's kind of
there's some, but there's more stuff to talk about it with.
Card, I mean.
Have you guys ever heard Bill Hader talk about working with Tom Cruise on Tropic Thunder?
Oh.
You guys haven't heard? I'm not going to go over like the interviews or whatever, but he talks about like he sat with him during the first viewing of it. I can't remember exactly where. I think it was it was in LA somewhere. And he got to sit with Tom Cruise, and he was talking about how Tom Cruise was like, isn't this amazing?
That's what I'm saying. You're
like,
getting to have
like
a conversation throughout.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was like
I
the
love
enthusiasm
that they're so excited still.
Yeah.
That many years, that many decades into a career, you're still like giddy about it. That's
Speaking
awesome.
of like getting behind like people that you like who'd you mention before? He peed on everybody.
I didn't say I liked him. I just said R. Kelly.
You thought he was great. Yeah, I remember that. You didn't think he was should be in jail, you said.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You said that he should be the president.
That's right. I thought it was that.
I just want to show how they're pointing out false narratives about the black man.
Listen, it's MLK Day. That's what they did to him. So
that's right.
Yeah.
But I think I actually
very deep.
FBI baby.
Very deep. All right, go ahead.
I was saying that I like Tom Cruise. I don't care what anybody's like. I mean, I hope he hasn't hurt anybody. Don't get me wrong about that, because I know there's shit going on. But he seems like an enthusiastic, fun guy to work with.
Yeah, he seems like a like a goof.
Yeah,
but like in a good way.
I kind of think so. I'm not saying guy doesn't have a dark past or whatever. We just don't really know what it is. But but I can imagine. The idea of sitting with and having a scene with somebody like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I cannot.
To be in a room, be like, you got to learn your lines, and it's Tommy Lee Jones or someone who's like kind of scary.
Weird pull, but yeah.
I was thinking of someone like who's
Tommy
intimidating
Jones is
like
great,
that.
Though. Oh,
like,
I see what you're saying.
Like Denzel.
Yeah.
Dude, I would kill to be in a scene with Denzel.
It'd be so scary.
I would be terrified to be in a scene with Denzel.
He's so intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I
have a story about him too, if you guys want to hear.
I have never sat next to a star of a movie or film premiere, but I am remembering that I one time, by accident, sat next to the co-star of Dexter.
Okay.
In a movie theater in Charlotte, North Carolina, at a 4 p.m. showing of the movie Isle of Dogs.
Wait, who's the actor?
Interesting.
Jennifer Carpenter, who plays Deb.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of the main characters on... Did I ever told you guys the story?
No, that's great.
Holy shit, man. So this was several years ago. I went to go see that movie with Nora, my daughter, just in case. And I know you know.
I said
but
know.
Okay. And so... And so we show up to the theater, and it's one of the theaters with assigned seats, you know.
Oh yeah.
And but it is, and so we get. I have told you this.
No, but
okay.
I know the.
Yeah. So we got our assigned seats, whatever, and we go in there, and I'm not really thinking, about the fact like there's not many people in the theater, and so we go up and we just kind of walk to our assigned seats, and I see that there's 2 people there, and I'm kind of like, should we not, like in the moment when it becomes too late, I realize that maybe we don't need to sit in our assigned seats because it's weird because it's like the 4 of us and almost no one else in the theater.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like too late. Like we've already gotten there. Her like stuff was on the seat. She like moved the stuff that was on the seat. But I just wasn't. It just happened. You know. Right, moments.
Hold on. When you say too late. When you got to the road, you couldn't have just stopped at like the first 2 seats. Like you kept walking.
I just wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
I didn't realize that like I wasn't. It's not like I was like our seats are the ones next to them and kept walking. I just wasn't. I don't even know if I saw that there were people there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was just kind of walking to our seats. I was tired. It was I was just done with school. Like I was just.
Okay.
And so we get there and she starts like moving her stuff and I'm just kind of like. In that moment, I was like, should I just... and I saw her, and I was like... She is very distinctive looking. She has a very distinctive look. And I saw her, and I was just like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like, can't be.
Yeah.
And so I was also flustered in that moment at the same time. So this person's moving her stuff, and also she looks, in my mind, looks like... Jennifer Carpenter from Dexter. So I'm just not functioning fully. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And so then we sit down, and I kind of like
Exorcism of Emily Rose. Isn't that the one she was first did? Sorry, go ahead. I've been trying to. I don't know. In my brain, go ahead.
She's in that.
Yeah, okay. She's the lead in that. She's
so
Emily Rose.
So then I sit down and I kind of like glance over just to see it, and I'm just like, that is 1,000,000% her.
Yeah.
Like, she's so distinctive looking, and I was like, this makes no sense.
Okay.
I am in Charlotte at a 4 p.m. showing of a animated Wes Anderson movie. and so
I argue that makes all the sense in the world.
Okay, well,
if I'm a celebrity, I want to go.
I figured it out later.
Yeah.
And so, but in that moment, I'm just like, what is happening? This is the weirdest thing in the world. And also, I was like, this is weird. We should move. And then I was like, but then it's weird if we do move. Like, my head is just swimming. And like, I think we could have moved. The move probably would have been to be like, big fan. And like,
did you ever acknowledge that you knew who it was?
No.
Well, then it's probably fine.
Well, but here's the thing.
Then she was probably like, I'm just here with two people who are bad at sitting.
It was 4 of us, and like, I think there was maybe one other person in there.
In the whole place?
Yes.
Jesus.
So it's 4 of us.
Jesus.
I know.
So she was definitely like, these guys are idiots.
Yes. Yeah. Or they're idiots, or like weird stalkers. Or like what, you know what I mean? Like, and but it just got to the point I was just like panicking, and in retrospect, it was weird, dude. and so I was so confused, and then I saw that, and she was with someone, and it was this dude with like long hair and a long beard, and like wearing like a undershirt, or like a white shirt, like cargo short. Just looked like kind of a mess, to be honest. I was like, is this her like degenerate brother? Like, what are we doing? And why is she in Charlotte? And what is happening?
Okay.
And so this whole
they're always with messy dudes, just for the record. They always are.
And I also realized at a certain point that I was wearing my school shirt, like the shirt that they gave out to all the staff.
Okay.
Because we were like required to wear it that day, and it said "Believe in our team."
Oh, boy.
And like script that makes it look like a youth group T-shirt. Like,
she was like wearing the Bible belt.
Yeah, yes, dude.
So
I doubt she noticed that, but still, I was there, and I like quickly put on my sweatshirt once I realized it, and the whole time, it's such a like okay movie that like there was gentle laughter among all the 4 of us the whole time. It was just so awkward.
That sounds
horrible.
Dude
kept getting up to get more beers.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna drink through this.
And so finally the nightmare ends, and we sit there like, I'm like, Nora, let's wait. Like, so that they can like leave. And it's just not. So they leave. So I immediately get out my phone and start Googling. I don't remember her name either. I'm like Deb. I'm like Deb from Dexter, husband. You know, I just had, and it turns out that was Seth Avett from the Avett Brothers.
Oh shit!
She's married to Seth Avett.
Really?
And so they were there, I think, for the reason that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I deduced is that they wanted to go have a little time together.
Totally.
And so they choose the most random time, random movie. And the Avett Brothers are from here.
Yeah,
like
They
live here.
Concord, actually. Yeah.
Concord, yeah.
Wow.
And so
That's
we
so
ruined
funny.
their date for sure.
They're like, we got to sit next to
this fucking bozo who's this guy who was like just the right profile of someone who would stalk her. You know what I mean? Just like. Thankfully, I think the one saving grace is that I had my kid with me, which like buys you a little bit of "you're not a creep" credit. You know what I mean? But dude, that was just, isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah,
and I can see how embarrassed you guys both are for me.
I am definitely.
It's embarrassing. It was humiliating.
I feel bad for Nora.
Yeah.
Oh, Nora didn't know what was going on.
No, she was there with you. Like, I feel bad.
Oh yeah, that's tough. That is a tough time
rough.
for her.
Poor kid.
This has been zoning.
This has.
Should we gently just phase out of this podcast?
Yeah. I think it's time to wrap this one up.
Mr. Williams comedy on the internet.
You're telling people? All right.
Jordan Century.
I'm Jason Allen King, I guess.
And King Jason Allen. And ladies and gentlemen, winning takes care of everything.
Yes, it does.
I guess.